Hello and welcome back to Just Hoops. In today's video, we got a breakdown for you consisting of the trade that happened this week between Atlanta and New York, sending Cam Reddish to the New York Knicks. Cam Reddish has had a really interesting start to his career in Atlanta. He's been part of their crazy depth, and now he has a chance to go to New York and bring a real impact. He's been having his best season in his young NBA career so far, and in this video, we're really going to take a look at how he can impact the Knicks at both ends of the floor to really help them get back on track and win some more games. So to start, let's talk about the defensive end of the floor, as he can come in to a new culture with Coach Tibbs that prioritizes defense. But it's hard to start talking about Cam Reddish on this end of the floor without talking about his struggles and shortcomings. So as far as Cam Reddish's struggles defensively go, let's first talk about some stats. His advanced stats on defense are not the prettiest. His defensive rating is 113.8, which is very low. As a defender, you can see throughout these clips, he struggles in a variety of areas, whether that means on ball screens he gets caught or he changes direction and gives them a lane to go. In one-on-one, he might be too aggressive at times and really just allow a blow-by. Off-ball actions, he'll be either caught asleep or he'll just get caught up in the screens and it'll be open attacks, open jumpers. It's overall just like little things that give up easy buckets consistently, it seems like. And he has the ability from an athleticism, size standpoint that he can be really effective at this end, but it's going to take time to evolve and continue to get better as a defender. We'll talk about that coming up next, but his shortcomings defensively seem to be from a motor standpoint and a locked-in standpoint, because when he is locked in and he's ready to go at this end of the floor, he can really bring an impact. Throughout all of these clips, and even when I was preparing for this video, his shortcomings and struggles defensively really just seem like he's lazy. He's not giving that effort. He's not going out there and trying to make plays, because when he does, you can tell, and he's really effective at this end. So now it's time to talk more positively about defense, as where he can grow and impact for the New York Knicks. So first things first with him as a defender, when he's locked in, he's active, he's flying around, you can tell that he's just more attentive as an overall one-on-one or team defender. He's just impactful. He has the size, the length, the athleticism to really be a guy on the perimeter that can make plays at a consistent basis, tip passes, force turnovers, contest shots, stay in front of his guy, and really be all over the place every single time down the floor for the offense and be someone that makes possessions hell. You can see that he's flying around, he's contesting shots. On drives, he's like trying to stay in front. He's trying to be quick, trying to do things. And when he does these things against these big time matchups like De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, there's just a different level of intent and detail that he plays with. And I think in New York, due to the system, due to Coach Tibbs, he's going to be more like this on a consistent basis, and he'll just continue to grow as a defender. He needs to improve from a one-on-one standpoint to slide, stay in front. Off the ball, really needs to improve at locking and chasing and not getting caught up on screens. On ball action too, with ball screens, he got caught up a lot. And you can see that he's able to get through and do a good job throughout these clips when he wants, but he needs to be more consistent with that. I know Coach Tibbs will really push it and drive him to be better as a defender. So now let's talk about the other end of the floor where the Knicks need a ton of help. Right now they're ranked 24th in offensive rating, and they're the overall 22nd ranked offense in the NBA. Cam Reddish, first things first, is a knockdown shooter, so let's dive in at how he can help the Knicks as a floor spacer. Reddish is a smooth shooter from deep. He's shooting 37.9% on the season, and he's having his highest volume as a shooter throughout his career this year. Overall, he has a really smooth shot. Like, as I said before, it's pretty to see him shoot. He's able to do it off the catch, off the bounce. He's really good at going to his left with a step back too. He's creative in the way he gets his shots. He did a really good job at playing off of Trae Young and being a spacer in the offense when there was a primary guy around him. So I think in New York, he's going to be able to just do that same thing and really add another consistent floor spacer for the Knicks that they sometimes struggle shooting the ball. To have somebody to play off of Julius Randle, play off of Kemba Walker, play off of RJ Barrett going downhill. Those three guys really like getting to the paint, so the more spacing you can add around them is even better for the offense. Cam, he's just incredible from deep. He showed the ability to really create it for himself, so it's another option late game if he's hot to go to. The Knicks overall will really benefit from his spacing ability and can utilize it in a variety of ways. Now let's talk about how he's a really high-level shot creator from the first and second levels also. So as a scorer, he can do it at all three levels. We just talked about how he can shoot it and create for himself from beyond the arc, and he does that same thing going to the rim, hitting mid-range jumpers. He's really nice going to his left hand. He likes getting downhill to his left, and typically that's when he gets into his jumper, and when he attacks right, he goes to the rim. But even with that tendency, he has the size and length on the perimeter to really get by smaller guards, to get by slower guards. He's pretty quick with the ball in his hands and has a nice first step. He does a good job around the rim at finishing with either hand through contact. He really favors going to his right hand regardless on what side of the rim or the situation. He's a big time threat in transition also. He can shoot it from deep off the transition situations whether he has the ball or not, and he's also really good at getting downhill, getting to the rim, and putting pressure on the defense that's in retreat. He's good in ball screen situations also. You can trust him as a secondary ball handler to hit him on the wing in action and get him going. The Hawks used him a lot in DHO, zoom, pistol, those type of situations off of the initial hit to the wing. Those types of actions are really good for Cam Reddish where the defense is shifting and it gives him opportunities to find holes and cracks to get into his shot either at his spots in the mid-range, typically elbow extended or on the baseline, or get all the way to the rim to finish plays. This ability to create shots will just take pressure off of the main guys in New York like Kemba and Julius Randle. Those guys have such a heavy load in the offense. To have another person to get to as a secondary handler or a third creator in the offense, it's really beneficial and can definitely take the load off of those guys and just make the offense flow at a much higher level. So lastly, to wrap things up, let's just summarize the whole trade for New York. They bring in a young, talented wing that has the ability to score at three levels, is a very raw and iffy playmaker and passer that needs to improve in that area offensively, and is a raw defender that could have the ability to be really impactful at that end of the floor. And I think the Knicks are taking a chance on Cam Reddish, but I think at the end of the day, he has such raw talent, skill level, and ability to just play the game of basketball that it could turn out really good for New York and could be beneficial for them for the rest of the season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about Cam Reddish and how he can come to New York and make an impact. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.